These are level 1 to 100 3D prints, going from the easiest to the hardest to print, like a working Iron Man helmet, a light-up Zelda sword, and even real 3D printed shoes. Starting with level 1, we have a dragon egg. Watch what happens when I give it a squeeze. Oh, it grows. Oh, that's so satisfying. This entire egg prints off as one piece, but if you look closely, it's actually a lot of interconnected discs. But later in the video, our prints are going to involve a lot more moving parts, like a motorized Iron Man helmet. Moving on to the next level. Next up, we have a Pokemon print. We have a Squirtle with a unique ability. When you are done drinking with your mug, place it on top of our Squirtle coaster and watch what happens. That's so cute. Ah! If we open up his shell right here, you can see what is happening. When we press down, it's pushing up on all the limbs, and that's what's making him scream. With modern printers, you're able to print multiple colors at once. That's why these prints look so realistic. Next, we have a scissor snake. So this looks like a pair of scissors. You insert your fingers into the hole, but watch what happens when you push. Oh, that extends out so far. Oh, that's satisfying, bro. There are handles at the tip here where you can grab onto things. Let's try grabbing onto our knockoff Duolingo figure. Oh, got it. That is cool. When someone hands you something but you're too lazy to get up, you can use this. Thank you for the candy. So this print is using the same interlocking technique as the dragon egg, but it's layered on top of each other so it extends out much longer. On to the next print. Here comes the next print. Boom. This is the Rocktopus. He's got dangling legs that print as one piece and fling around like real tentacles. And the way he moves is extremely scary. This reminds me of the Rock in the Scorpion King movie. You can also have him as a pet on your shoulder. On to the next print. Here is the next print. Can you guess what it is? It might look like a blaster, but it's actually not. This is actually a chopstick holder. You use it by inserting your chopstick into the front here. This is perfect if you don't know how to use chopsticks because you don't need to learn at all. All you gotta do is just press the trigger and the chopsticks move on their own. We'll try moving some garlic. Ready? Yo! Oh, dude, it's working. Wait. There we go. It's not bad. That's actually making it really easy. Let's see if it will work with noodles, which are really hard to pick up. Here's the chopstick holder, and here's the noodles. Whoa! Wow. Oh, that's perfect. This looks so good. Next time you're at a Chinese restaurant, you don't need to ask for fork and knives anymore. Just bring your own chopstick holder. The Chinese aunties would be so impressed. This is a really fun build. It's a plane launcher. This is the first build that requires some assembly. The plane launcher prints off in different parts and is powered by a single rubber band. But the build only took about 10 minutes, unlike the prints we have coming up later, which literally took 12 hours to put together. This is powered by a single rubber band, so all we have to do is just pull this back and load in our plane. Oh, because the 3D printer prints off in layers, this is just one layer of print. But there are thicker supports in the middle and along the sides to make it rigid enough to fly. Does it work? Oh, that actually works. Now we're outside. Let's test how far the plane shoots. So we gotta first load it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, that one kind of flew with the wind. Let's shoot it higher. 1, 2, 3. Nice. That one went a little further. And then last one. Boom. This is fun. It goes about 10 feet, powered only by a rubber band. This is the next print. It doesn't look like much now, but once we assemble it, it will look like it's defying gravity. It's called the tensegrity structure. It's 2 blocks held together by the chains and they don't stand up at all. Now, all I'm gonna do is attach the chain to the middle pillar here. As I'm screwing it in, it's creating tension in the chains, and once it gets into the right place, you'll see the structure becomes stiff. It looks like it's floating almost. The chains are pulling against each other in opposite directions, and that's creating tension, holding up the entire structure. It's strong enough to hold up a can of energy drinks. And let's see if I can hold up my phone. Oh, that was a little sketchy. What about a laptop? Oh, please don't drop, please don't drop. Please don't drop. Please don't drop. Come on. Ooh. Just got to find the right balance. Oh my gosh! It actually works. The whole thing collapses when the tension is gone. On to the next print. Next up, we have a realistic looking magazine, but it doesn't hold bullets. It actually holds AA batteries. This is the coolest mechanism you'll ever see. Boom, boom. We load it in like this. All right, now it's full. The coolest part is when you need to use it. All you need to do is just push. And just like the chopstick holder earlier that uses a spring mechanism, this magazine also uses the same spring printing technique to bounce out the batteries. As we level up in the prints, the techniques are gonna stack together to create more complex and cooler prints. Next up, we have a 3D printed twisty puzzle, but we have to assemble it. So this is the core, and on it there are letters and numbers that correspond to a puzzle piece. Here we have A1, and this is an A1 piece, and we have to stick it in. Ooh, and now it turns. And we just gotta put in the rest. I'm curious what this puzzle is gonna turn out to be. Here we have A2 and A2. Now we just pop it in. Oh, it twists. This is like a gear mechanism. Okay, now we have A3. And then lastly, A4. Let's see if that turns. Oh, it does. Wow, that looks so cool. Now we just gotta do the B side. B1, B2, B3, and here's the last piece, B4. Wow, okay. You can spin any piece and it will twist the entire puzzle. Whoa. Our goal is to turn it into the completed shape. Just keep twisting it. Just keep twisting. Keep twisting. Oh, wait. I think we're almost there. It's a rock. Wow, I did not expect this. This is crazy. The prints now are getting really complex. Here, we have a robot arm, completely 3D printed. This is insane, dude. Looks so cool. So it has a slot for our hand here. We put our fingers into these rings, and now we can move each individual finger. Oh my gosh, dude. This is so cool. And look at the joints. They're so realistic. So the hand was printed off in one piece, but it actually has 14 moving joints. We're able to create a human-like motion by using rubber bands and fishing cords that pull. The rubber bands provide tension for it to spring back. Let's see if I can grab a can. Let's try this. Oh my gosh. Dude, this is actually kind of difficult. It feels like I'm learning to move for the first time. There we go. With a little assistance, it works. Dab it up, bro. To be honest, I'm very impressed with how realistic. Oh, without the rubber bands, the fingers no longer spring back. And it doesn't look realistic anymore. Super cool. Let's rock on to the next print. Here we have a working trombone. What can 3D printers not print? This is an instrument. So the trombone comes in 4 pieces. We got the tubes, which slide in like this. We have the bell, which attaches at the end here. And lastly, we have the mouthpiece, which makes the sound. Now the question is, does it actually work? Oh, it actually works. Fun fact, I was in band for 8 years and I played saxophone, but I messed around with brass instruments as well, so I should be able to play something. It doesn't sound great. And if I'm being honest, this is mostly for decoration. It doesn't actually change the note like a real trombone. Like the notes are changing because I'm moving my mouth. I'll hold the same note and see if the tube actually changes the sound. Oh my gosh, that actually works. That's crazy. Wait, I got an idea. That's good. Now the builds are getting really cool. This is a precision gyroscope, and this is the first time we're using bearings for this build. So there's a bearing in the center and there are bearings around the sides. And the bearings is what's allowing the gyroscope to spin smoothly. Now to make it work, it's kind of like a Beyblade. We just have to insert our rope into the tiny hole right here, and then you just wind it up like that. Okay, are we ready? 1, 2, 3, and we just pull. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. And the faster the gyroscope spins, the more balanced it will be because of a scientific theory called angular momentum. Gravity is pulling down on the gyroscope. Because it's spinning, there's also a counterforce going out. That's what's keeping it upright and balanced. Let's try spinning faster, and then I'm gonna pick it up and balance it on a string. Ready? Ooh, that is fast. And then we're gonna balance it on a string. Ooh, look at that. It's balancing perfectly on its own. Oh, that's so cool. For the next level, we have dragon scale armor. Look at this. Ooh, it's flexible, but it's also rigid at the same time. This is better than chainmail. This one is printed out of plastic, but some 3D printers are able to print metal. So this can actually become real armor. And to make it, you can use this print as fabric and tie it together any shape you want. All you gotta do is tie it together using the hooks on the back. Time to put it on. Oh, look at that. That looks incredible. And it's actually really comfortable too. It's kind of forming around my arm. So the dragon scale armor prints off as one piece, and it's made of individual scales and has an H pattern on the back for Hafu, and the hook into each other. So you can infinitely scale up or down your design. The next print is special. These are fully 3D printed shoes. While we wait for this next print to run, let's make some pocket money with our sponsor, Free Cash. I know the name sounds a little weird, but the business model is pretty simple. Brands pay Free Cash to promote their games, and Free Cash shares a part of that ad money with you. You can also get paid to do surveys and test apps. It's legit. They have 4.8 stars on Trustpilot, and you can turn the coins you earn into real cash, crypto, or gift cards. One of my favorite games, 8-Ball Pool, is on here, so I can get paid to procrastinate. The more you play, the more cash you earn. And withdrawals start at $25. I cashed out through PayPal, and it landed within minutes. And before you start grinding a game, you can see exactly what hitting each level pays. You're not gonna get rich doing this, but you will earn some extra pocket change if you have free time. And I know a lot of you have a lot of free time. So click the link in the description or scan the QR code here, and you'll get a $10 bonus when you play your first game. The design is insane. It looks better than Nike's. To make them, we had to swap out the filament, which is the ink for the 3D printer, with a special material called TPU, which is basically rubber. Depending on what you're printing, there's lots of different filaments you can use. There are some companies even using 3D printing to make rockets. These shoes look better than Nike's. I don't know how comfortable they are, so let's go test them outside. It's time to put on the shoes. All right, take off my normal shoes. Now, it's a moment of truth. Let's see if they fit. Oh, yo, that's a perfect fit. I'm normally a US size 9, but I printed these in 10, and they fit perfectly. Oh yeah, that is great. Ooh, they are actually really comfortable. Because it's 3D printed, I feel them kind of like forming to my feet. The cushioning is actually really good on these. There's a 3D printed version of Adidas Ultra Boosts, but only the sole is 3D printed. And I feel like these almost give off the same feel as the Ultra Boost. They're a little bit more firm, but they still give a very nice bounce. Do a jump test. Oh yeah, these feel so good. 50-meter sprint test with the 3D printed shoes. 3, 2, 1, go! I feel great! They're actually really comfortable. You see these cushion designs? They're individual pieces. So when I'm walking, every part of my foot is applying pressure differently, and the shoe is conforming to my entire foot. This is almost like a custom orthopedic sole. It's actually incredible. The only problem is the durability. You can see my shoes are already fraying a little bit. These are definitely 10 out of 10. Now let's run into the next print. This is a gyroscope robot. It looks like something straight from Fallout. It's using the same mechanism as our previous gyroscope toy, but this one is a lot more complex. It took 3 hours to put this together because there are so many moving pieces. At the center is a bearing, which is helping it spin smoothly, and then the pennies are acting as the weights. Whereas in the previous gyroscope toy, the extra bearings were acting as a weight. This robot also has a gear mechanism that moves the legs up and down as it rotates. And then if you move down to the feet, you can see it's surrounded by rubber bands to give it traction so it can actually walk. Now to give our robot power, we have to hook on the string and then wind it up just like we did previously. As you can see, the 3D prints at higher levels are combining multiple techniques together to create complex builds. And because you watch Hafu go, you actually understand how it works, not just look at a cool thing. Here we go. Come to life. Walk. Oh, yo. Bro, it's like dancing. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Wait, let's do it again. I think if we pull it faster, it will walk better. Okay, here we go, 1, 2, 3. I broke the robot, it's now crippled. Let's move on to the next build. Next up, we have an airless basketball. This thing took 40 hours to print. The basketball has a hexagonal design that helps distribute the force when it bounces so it doesn't break. You might have seen official ones sold by Wilson, but they cost $2,000, which is insane. Who's paying $2,000 for a basketball? But if you have a 3D printer, you can print it at home for less than 50 bucks. We had to swap out the filament, which is ink, for something called flexible PLA, which makes the basketball squishy and allows it to bounce. Let's see if it works. Okay, that's not bad. Whoa, it's working. It's time to test the airless basketball. Let's see if it actually bounces. Ready? Oh, that's perfect. We can dribble with it. Oh, wow. This is actually so good. This ball is actually silent. You can barely hear anything. So let's see which bounces higher, the airless basketball versus a regular basketball. 3, 2, 1. It's not bad. We'll do one more time. 1. It's about like 20% less bounce, but honestly, not too bad considering it's a little less bouncy than a regular basketball, but it's completely playable. Now let's try how it shoots. That's not bad! And it's not broken yet. I'm surprised at how well this is holding up. Woo! Let's go! Look, my ball is deflating. This is the issue with the ball. Look, after a couple plays, look how soft the material has become. Like, I can basically crush it in half. Like, it lost half of the bounce already. I don't know if I would buy this ball for $2,000, but it is a new experience. I think it's definitely worth the 50 bucks it costs to print. This is a bounce test of like, after playing for a little bit. 1, 2, 3. That lost a lot of bounce. It's completely unplayable now. Let's move on to the next print. The next print is an automatic water blaster. Look at this. Ooh, it's a rapid fire automatic trigger. I have a fully gold camo on this. This is the first build where we're using electronic components. So to make it automatic, I actually bought a building kit from Maker World, which has all the internal components already set up. All I had to do was connect the wires and put it inside the print. And that's what's great about the 3D printing community. If a print becomes popular enough, people just start selling kits where you can easily put it together yourself. But for some of our final prints, the electronics get really difficult. But the difficulty of these prints only get harder from here. Now let's test the water blaster. You just gotta fill it with the water. Ooh, that chamber actually holds a lot. And then we just pop it back in. Time to shoot. Oh my gosh, that goes so far. Yo, this is nice. And it's rapid fire too. That has some good pressure to it. That goes so far. Oh yeah, this would make watering plants a lot more fun. Oh, dude, it's reaching super far. Let's try shooting some cans. Oh yeah, got him. Oh, got him. I feel like John Wick. Oh yeah. Now let's shoot into the next print. This is probably one of the coolest 3D prints you'll ever see. This is a motorized Iron Man helmet that opens up and closes on its own. The designer of this print had an entire instruction booklet to make it work. This helmet took 40 hours to print and over 12 hours to assemble, because each of these pieces on the helmet are printed off individually and then glued together. There are a lot of pieces here, but that's not even the hard part. The hardest part was getting the internal components right, because this helmet requires complex wiring. It's not a pre-built kit. I had to buy each individual piece. We have the battery, and then we have 2 servo motors here that lifts up the faceplate. Everything is connected to a circuit board with computer chips on it. And then you have to program the computer chip to open up the motors at the right angle. So there was a lot of back and forth tweaking to get it working. But after all that hard work, the final result is more than worth it. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Jarvis, open the mask. Now close. That is so cool. Open. Close. Oh, dude, that is insane. If I was a kid, I would literally be screaming for days. With enough time and patience, you can make this at home. It doesn't cost that much money. I mean, like, the components don't cost that much money. It just costs you time. Everything here probably only costs 20 bucks. It just might take you a whole week to put it together. You know what we have to do, right? We have to become Iron Man. Let's put on the mask. Let's see if it fits my head. Oh, it's about good. Oh. It's a little squeeze. It's a little tight, but I think we'll get in there. Does that look fine? That looks fine. Jarvis, open. Hello. Jarvis, close. Iron Man. Too bad it doesn't fit my head because I'm too big-brained, but if your IQ is a little lower than mine, it will definitely fit you. For our final print, we have something legendary. This is the Legend of Zelda Master Sword. It has a motion sensor, built-in sound effects, and lighting effects. So it reacts to all my swings. And we have an app where you're able to control the different swing modes and the lighting effects. Ooh, like a gradient purple sword. Let's see what else we got. Got a rainbow. This is a legendary weapon right here. This is probably my favorite one. Oh, it's a fire sword. This sword was so hard to build. It had the most complex internal components out of any print. There's a lot of wiring involved, which we learned from the Iron Man helmet. So it's 3D printed in different parts and then glued together. Overall, it's relatively sturdy. The motion sensing components and the way it reacts to every single movement is so cool. Comment below your favorite print. And if you want to watch more 3D printing videos, click here to watch that, and click here to watch another video that YouTube thinks you'll love. This is a quick reminder to go play your first game on free cash and grab your $10 bonus. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code here.